Hey guys, it's your favorite wishy-washy YouTuber, and when I say wishy-washy, what I'm talking about is I try so hard to do a couple of videos a week, and I think I'm going to do it, I'm going to sit down and do it, but I am busy, and I'm not like one of those YouTubers that has 1 million subscribers that puts out content every single day. I'm retired. I don't want a full-time job. Sorry, guys, but if you guys will just stick with me, bear with me, you know you're going to see me at least once every week or week and a half. I do the best I can, and I'm so sorry. I want to apologize. And to all of you that follow me, I love you, and I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm a loser. Big old loser. What can I say? Anyway, today we are going to do a craft, and I think it's going to be fun. It's probably going to be a big mess. I'm going to try something I've never tried before. I'm going to take you along for the ride, probably for a laugh. Who knows? That's just what I do. That's the way I roll. So if y'all will stick around, we will get started. Move a little bit of this stuff. What we are going to do, I found this ugly old box that I've had for 1,000 years, maybe not 1,000, maybe 300, and it's got monkeys on it, and I used to have an animal print room that went in really cute, but I've decided I am going to turn this silly little monkey box into a very glam box to go either in my bathroom, my bedroom, something like that. Now what we are going to need for this is, the first thing we're going to do is use Waverly white chalk paint. I get that at Walmart. This size, the big size, it's 16 ounces, is a little less than $10. We are going to use Mod Podge because you know me, I can't do anything without decoupaging it. So we'll use Mod Podge. Does anybody call it Mod Podge besides me? I know it's Mod Podge, but I call it Mod Podge. So anyway, that's what I want to call it. This is going to be my first time for this. Modeling paste. Let's see if y'all can see that. Modeling paste. I'm going to try doing a 3D stencil with that. Got my little cup here for my paint. I'm going to put my decoupage I'm thinking it's going to be this little bird and the what is that? That is a, keep wanting to say a posy. It's not a posy. It's a peony. The bird and the peony, I think, are going to be my decoupage, so we need that. We are going to probably gum it up a little bit with some of my faux vellum that we made. We made that together, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to use that. And stencil for the 3D stencil. Then, of course, you got to have your paint brushes, and I've got some little pearls here that I may or may not use. I may get some diamonds. You just never know what all we're going to use. But before we get started, I need to cover up my work area, and then we will get moving with this thing. Okay, the first thing I want to do is take this hardware off. Can you see that? It is the teensiest, tiniest little screws. Okay, I want to get this done so we can get moving on to the fun stuff. Now, okay, I'm gonna put this little top here, and we are going to get something really quick. Oh, I've got a little paint thing here. It's clean. It looks yucky, but it's clean, and we'll put all these little screws and hardware in here. And maybe I won't lose them, maybe, but I'm not going to make any guarantees. Now, one thing that I'm not going to do when I go through editing, I'm not going to make you watch every single little thing that I do. And, you know, this chalk paint is very, very thick. So, I'm going to hopefully get this in 2 coats. And I'm going to use just a regular paintbrush. And the first thing I'm going to do is paint the monkeys. Going to paint these little monkeys up so we don't have to look at them anymore. It already looks 1,000 times better, doesn't it? Just getting some white on here. And I really like this chalk paint. I've been using it a lot for different projects because it just covers everything and anything. Now, I'm going to tell you while I'm painting this, I'll tell you a little story of what I've been working on. I can't remember if I told you or not, but a couple of different neighbors has asked me to do some paint some pieces for them, which I did, and they've turned out well. I finished up this morning putting the last of the clear coat on the table for the lady across the street, and I am going to insert here a picture of the before and after. I didn't figure you'd want to watch me do it. It was basically spraying it with the white and then spraying a bunch of coats of the urethane, a little bit of sanding. But other than that, that was it. There was nothing decorative on it. I didn't do anything fancy. And my next paint project is going to be the our bed. So once I get that done, once we get the bed out of the room, then I'm going to start the painting on the wall behind the bed. Go ahead and get that painted. And so I know you keep thinking I'm talking about doing our room, but you know what? I'm not in any great hurry, and I'll get it done when I get it done. So just don't freak out. Just calm down. And another thing is I've been to the thrift store. I've picked up several things from the thrift store. And one of them, I will show you what I did on it. It was so cute. It took me about 5 minutes to do it, but it was just a little duck. And it wasn't a very pretty little duck. And so I just painted him white. I do not have a farmhouse look in my house. That's not my decor. But I'm liking the all white look on accessories. I don't know if that makes it farmhouse or not. But anyway, we are almost through with our first coat of this. And we are going to have to let this dry before we can move any further at all. So once it's dry, we'll come back to it and we'll get the second, well, when it's dry, I'll get my second coat on. Once that's dry, then we'll come back and we'll start the fun part of it. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Y'all hang with me. Okay, while our 3D little stencil, let me let you look at that again. Can you barely see it? There we go. While that continues drying, I don't know how long it's going to take. I've changed my mind on what I'm going to decoupage on the top. I have decided to go with this napkin, and the reason is because I have some of these little stick-on pinky purple diamonds, and they go beautifully with the purple flowers. So that's going to be my main thing. And I think, first off, what I need to do is to get some of these flowers, got to figure out what flowers I'm going to do. I want purple. Actually, I want purple and white, I believe. So I'm going to kind of tear around these a little bit, and then we'll see where we go from there. So let's see if you can see what I'm doing. I just put a little bit of water on them, and I'm going to tear them out here. And I need to make sure I kind of stay close to those flowers. And I may have to end up actually cutting them, I don't know. Because let's get this over here so everybody can see this and see what we're actually going to do with it. You know, that's really kind of pretty, going across it like that. But I don't know. I think what I may do, I may leave that kind of like it is, go across this corner like this. Let's see, come down this way and go across the corner, and then I can tear out some other flowers, some different ones, and I could also have a little bit of my faux vellum. I'm thinking I might put some of that on here. This should show right through it. See, let's have a little bit of that over here, some of this over here, and then we need something else right there. And I'm thinking one of these really pretty peach colored flowers would be pretty there. So let's just see what we can do with this. Let's see. Okay, let me get this peach kind of, actually it's a kind of a corally goldish peach. So let's put that on there. See if we like that. I have found it's better to get everything placed where you want it before you start your decoupage. Let's put that a little more like that, angled. And we can go across. Got that on there. Now we're going to go across. Now we're going to have this just kind of coming down like that. What does everybody think about this? Okay. Let's get some Mod Podge. Just a moment. I thin it down. I always add a little bit of water to it. We don't need a whole lot, so I've got a little water left in here, so let's see how this is going to work. The very first thing that I want to do is to get this, to get the French letters on here. So I'm going to use my Mod Podge and I'm going to get those on. So let's turn it over and just do it on the back of it. That's what I'm going to do, get that glued down first, and then once we have that glued down, then I'm going to start putting my flowers, and I want this on the corner, kind of on the corner, like that. Right, so now we've got to make a decision where, I'm going to bring y'all in a little bit so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. I'm going to have to pull the camera down just a tiny bit so y'all can see it with it being this close. Okay, so we're gonna put this one. I think what we'll do is do this one across here, where it's kind of going down the side. Okay, so we've got that one placed. You can see it's going across my letters, so hopefully it will, the letters will show through. But I want to turn it a little bit more. I want it to come down both sides of this lid. Now we've got one more that we need to do, and we'll just take it down right here. Let's see. Let's do this one like this, and it'll come down both sides. And I think we might need a little something in that corner. What do y'all think? I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait and see, because I may put a tiny little stencil, 3D stencil there like I did on this other, and kind of burnish it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our Mod Podge. I've got on a little brush. Going to start it in the middle and very gently start moving it out to the side. See how pretty? Let's see if I can get it in the camera for you. Okay, look at that, how pretty down the side. And then here we go. I see a few places sticking up that I need to come back, and I need to hit with a little bit more glue. You want to make sure that you're stuck really well on the sides. See, here we go, coming down off of there. I'm just hoping that this ends up looking the way I want it to look. We always hope that. Okay, now I'm going to take you back out a little bit, and I'm going to show you plastic wrap. I've just got some cling wrap. I did buy some cheap Dollar Tree plastic wrap. I haven't opened it yet because I've got enough of this. Pull this out. Get enough to cover. Good God, I hate this stuff. God, I have the hardest time getting that out and getting it ripped off. Okay, now we are going to take this, I'm going to stretch it, and I am going to lay it across gently what I've just been working on. Now I'm going to be able to use my fingers. I'm not touching the napkins. I'm able to pat out any bubbles, any of that stuff without fear of ripping my napkins. So that, in case any of you have not seen it, I think that's going to be my tip for the day on this little craft. So now we've got everything. Now I did want to show you one thing. See, this Mod Podge will not stick to the plastic wrap. Now you can wad it up, and I see there's a place that came up that I need to pat down. So if you see any more little places or you see somewhere that's dry, like right there, that dried out and I got a bubble on it, so we're going to let that go and let it dry now. So let's let this do what it's going to do. One thing I did want to show you, I'll get up really close, hopefully you can see the, can you see where the print is coming through? I'm going to take you in a little bit where the print is coming through the napkin, that French script. I think that is really pretty. I enjoy it when I can do that and it shows through just a little bit like I want it to. So we are going to have to stop again because we got to let this little suckeria dry. And then whenever it gets dry, we're going to come back and that's when we get to put the tutti on the fruity and get it all glammed. So I am going to stop for now and we will come back when this baby is dry. So let's get the paint out of the way. As you can see, I used up all my paint. Here's where we're at. Here's the top. Oh, let me move these paints out of the way. Okay, there's my top. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to dry brush just the tiniest bit of copper across this whole thing. Okay, here is the finished project. I'm very happy with how it turned out. We've got the 3D stencil on the front. We've got a little bit of sparkle. I did put some copper on the hardware. It doesn't really show very well. We've got, coming on up, we've got the decoupage on the top. We do have a little bit of a raised stencil on the top here. The edges I burnished with just the tiniest bit of silver. I may come back, do a little more silver. So there it is. There is my finished project. There is my duck or swan or goose or whatever it is that I told you about earlier in the video that I just painted white. I think she looks really pretty. I'm gonna maybe put some greenery around her. I don't know. May just leave her just like that, sitting on the white on white. Love it. Okay, y'all, it's the end of the day. I worked on that thing all day long. I'm very, very happy with it. I'm excited, but look at me. I'm wore out. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll give it a try. Sorry about the lighting. It sucks pretty bad right now. Let's see if we can get that fixed a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's pretty scary, but took me all day long to get that thing done, but I will be back and see y'all in my next video. Bye-bye.